Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're getting into something that honestly just stopped the whole cultural world in its tracks. On June 4, 2026, we lost Marjane Satrapi at the age of 56.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where everyone just sort of froze.
Totally. But the thing is, the official cause of death wasn't cancer or heart disease. According to her family and friends, she literally died of sadness.
Which just sounds so, like a line out of a classic tragedy or something. But her passing, which was just over a year after losing her husband, it's actually rooted in a very real medical phenomenon.
Right, because her husband, Mattias Ripa, he was a Swedish producer, right?
Yeah, exactly. He passed away in April 2025. He was only 53 years old, and Satrapi was just devastated.
I mean, she posted online right after, saying she had lost the love of her life. And then she immediately founded this cinema foundation for foreign film students in Paris, in both their names.
She did. And we really have to start our exploration of her life with that heartbreak because it explains so much about how she lived.
Well, wait, I need to push back on this cause of death right away. It's easy to say someone died of a broken heart, romantically speaking. But is this whole widowhood effect actually recognized by the medical community? Or is that just like a poetic spin from her inner circle?
Oh, no, it is entirely recognized. Basically, think of the widowhood effect like a biochemical shockwave.
Okay.
When you lose a spouse, your brain just abruptly stops producing the baseline dopamine and oxytocin that you've, relied on for decades.
Oh, wow. So the body just replaces it all with stress hormones.
Exactly. You get this massive, prolonged spike in cortisol and adrenaline, and that can literally weaken the heart muscle. It's a condition called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. Her capacity to love was so immense that its sudden absence became physically catastrophic for her.
That is just so wild to think about because that same intense capacity to feel, that seems to be the exact engine that drove her defining work, Persepolis.
Oh, absolutely. She channeled all her grief and anger into that autobiographical comic. And we should probably note she absolutely hated the term graphic novel.
I love that she hated that. But yeah, the mechanics of how she drew it are so crucial. She didn't use like hyper-realistic full-color illustrations.
Right. She laid out the trauma of the Iranian Revolution in this stark, uncompromising black and white. And by stripping away those complex visual details, she actually made her highly specific childhood universal.
Yeah, it totally broke down stereotypes of Iranian women for a Western audience that frankly fundamentally misunderstood them.
Exactly. And because she refused to soften that anger for the West, Hollywood actually took notice. That visceral energy is what propelled her from drawing pages in Paris to sitting in a Hollywood director's chair.
It's incredible. And she had such a crazy range, too. She transitioned from the gritty world of Persepolis to directing these dark comedies, like The Voices with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and the Marie Curie biopic, Radioactive, starring Rosamund Pike.
Right.
She even directed Monica Bellucci in her final film, Dear Paris, which just recently premiered at the Torino Film Festival.
Which honestly raises this incredible contradiction for me. How does an Oscar-nominated powerhouse, someone directing global A-listers, end up as a targeted threat to both the Iranian government and American school boards?
It all comes back to her refusal to sanitize reality. I mean, the Iranian government denounced Persepolis because it exposed the regime's brutality.
Which forced her into a decades-long exile in Paris because going back meant risking jail or worse.
Right. But that same dedication to truth, it ruffled feathers in the West, too.
Yeah, like in 2013 when Chicago Public Schools abruptly pulled the book from classrooms. They didn't just ban it for being vaguely graphic.
No, it was specifically because she included panels showing the physical torture of political dissidents, the actual ugly reality of what happened to real people during the revolution.
But sanitizing those panels defeats the entire purpose of the book.
Exactly, which is exactly what history is. And predictably, that censorship sparked massive protests from students and teachers demanding they bring it back. It just proves the threat a single honest voice poses to the establishment.
And she maintained that defiance her entire life, literally right to the end. I mean, during the 2022 Masa Amini protests, she coordinated the Woman, Life, Freedom book.
Yeah.
And then, in 2025, she sensationally rejected France's highest honor, the Légion d'honneur.
Which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
She called out the French government for their hypocrisy regarding their treatment of Iranian dissidents. She was just totally unwilling to accept an award from an establishment that didn't align with her core values.
When you look at her legacy as a whole, it really leaves you with this incredible paradox. Satrapi was this fierce rebel who survived a revolution, she survived authoritarian wrath, Decades of exile, Western censorship,
Yeah.
only to be undone by her own immense capacity for love.
Her core philosophy was always that the personal is political. She proved that a single girl's personal diary, drawn from her own messy memories, could challenge global empires and reshape international perspectives.
So it leaves you with this thought. If her unapologetic art proved that a personal story could literally change the world, what might your own uncompromising truth be capable of changing if you just dared to share it?